Hi, good morning, guys, and welcome to another edition of 18 Yard Box. Um, the topic for the day is Has football become a slave to systems? Now, every one of us has had like phrases like, oh, he's a system merchant, is a system player. Like some people has gone as far as saying, oh, Kevin De Bruyne is a player that requires a system to function. Now, there's a plethora of reason why we are currently playing this style of football. There's a reason why we've removed some coaches have strived to remove the players becoming automatic, right? Players showing their ingenuity in preference to structured pattern of play. Now, in those structured pattern of play, what it does is it's to protect the team's interest over individual brilliance. But as football becomes so structured, so systematic, that the individual brilliance that we love to see, the moments of ingenuity that we love to see, has been reduced to random moments, sampled moments, scattered moments over a season. There was a time 10, 15, 20 years ago whereby, not even 10, 20 years ago, whereby there are more individually talented footballers than we have right now. Mostly what we have now is coaches, the coach a system, and find some players to fill in the gap. Case study, this is Kevin De Bruyne, a marvelous footballer. But is it limited? Is it flawed? Does it require a set of system to function? Maybe. I can understand someone like Lionel Messi at 35 years old requiring a system to function, a system of he needs legs around him. He needs people to do all the bulk of the running for him because he can't run at 35 years old. You can't compare Messi at 35 to Messi at 25. Those are two different players. Messi at 25 years old was scary. I mean, scary. He scared the shit out of defenders. Messi right now is a different kind of footballer. He doesn't have the pace to go around people easily. So he needs a system. You can't take Messi and just chuck him on the flank like he's the same 25 years old and just expect him to dribble past 3, 4 players and score goals or give an assist. Now you need to create a system around him. This is not a new concept. This is a concept that has been in existence since the beginning of football. A coach comes in, looks at the set of players that he has, and he tries to maximize those players based off what he has, not force feeding all these players into the same system. But in most cases, what we have now is coaches are slaves to their system. They are not very flexible. They just come in, they want to sell 6 players, bring in 7 players just to fit the vision they have for football. I'll give you another example, case study of a coach who is very, 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 very flexible, probably the most flexible coach in world football. Carlo Ancelotti is one of the most decorated coaches of all time. He's won a plethora of Champions League titles. He's one of the best coaches in the business. Absolutely flexible coach. He comes in, he looks at the set of players that he has and decides, oh no, I can't play 4-3-3 with these players. Maybe I need to play 4-4-2. He tailors his approach to the players. He doesn't tailor the player to his approach. The opposite of Carlo Ancelotti is Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is a system guy. He plays 4-3-3, right? In most cases, he wants fullback that are very comfortable on the ball, that can tuck in and create an overload in the midfield. He plays with a lone DM who is astute at distributing and evading the press. He needs 2 wingers who, they stay wide, constantly. This is a team for the last 10, 15 years. He's barely or rarely changed that style. You have a jogging club, similar system. The system is you have three midfielders, 4-3-3. One of the midfielders, very, very, very defensive. The two on the side, they are workhorses. They would walk their socks off, run the length of the field, and consistently press from the front. Fullbacks who are comfortable on the ball, and two defenders who can distribute long passes over 60, 70 yards consistently. Is that a plethora of players over the years who has filled the system? You had Matt Hummels, he came to Liverpool. He tried Sacco. He says, Sacco can't do this for me. Sacco is a very good defender, but Sacco cannot provide me the long range passing, the stability on the ball, the ability to beat press as a centre back. He went in and got Virgil van Dijk, one of the closest defenders, probably one of the best defenders of the last 10 years. So these are coaches who they would die for their system. They are a slave to their systems. They very rarely change. You see it even when they make a little tweak. They don't do that for long. They are not very comfortable doing that for long. Maybe it's because, this is a style of play that has brought me so much success. Why would I change it? Why would I change a style that has given me so much success over the years? I understand that. But we've had Sir Alex Ferguson, very flexible. Plays 4-4-2, he's played 4-3-3, he's played 4-2-3-1, he's played three at the backs on occasions. But very, very flexible coaches. But you see, the older the coach, the more flexible they get. Another system coach is probably Van Gaal. Van Gaal is a slave to 3-5-2. He wants three center backs, right? He wants two fullbacks. Van Gaal and Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte is a slave to a system. So Antonio Conte would not play Gent Spence. He wouldn't play Gent Spence over what? So I understand this, but we are having more and more coaches coming out and becoming a system coach. I personally would love my coach to be flexible to the occasion, have the ability to change in game. I'm saying, we're talking about some of the best coaches in the world right now being a system coach. They coach a specific system. They stay true to the system. They very rarely deviate from the system, and they will live and die by their systems. So I just think it's a food for thought. Coaching, because this coaching style has gotten into the grassroots football. Everybody is required to play tiki-taka football. No. Some people are capable of spraying 60, 70 yard passes and breaking the line that you needed to play 6, 7, 8, 20 passes to get to. A la Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes, Pello. So some skills, that's what you see, some skills are dying. There's a reason we have a dearth of top-class strikers in Europe right now. Because all the players are being coached to pass, move, right? What happens when we're going to have a plethora of midfielders who are adept at passing the ball? But we're going to have a dearth of striker, because being a striker means you take more risk, you are automatic, you are aggressive, you have the drive to score, to shoot. Strikers shoot 70, 80, 90% more than average players. When I say average, I don't mean average in terms of ability. I mean average in terms of other parts of the team. You know how many shots Cristiano Ronaldo used to shoot back in the days? Ronaldo would shoot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in like 10 minutes before he finally scores one goal. He doesn't care. He knows he's going to eventually score. It requires a different mentality to be a top-class striker, a mentality that I would keep shooting. Erling Haaland, he will keep trying to bust the net. He will keep shooting as many times as possible until he gets his goal. Lewandowski, Luis Suarez, Samuel Eto'o Fitz, Didier Drogba, Thierry Henry, they keep punching until they score. The World Cup is symptomatic of this system. We don't have strikers anymore. We have lots and lots and lots of midfielders. Midfielders are the most common in football now to get. There's decent midfielders everywhere. What we don't have, strikers, right? It's a food for thought. We shouldn't be a slave to a system. We should be adaptable. We should be able to change. We should be able to understand that there's different ways to play football, not just one way. Anyway, what do you think about this? Make sure to like the video. The like is very important. Subscribe, and I would love to see your comments in the comment section. Thank you once again, guys, for having me. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.